Aloha, guys. You're watching GRTV. We're talking Ward Village here. I've been sharing a lot of it in the recent history of my show, and specifically these buildings in the background here. There are more being constructed. This is going to be an incredible place. Not that it already is, Honolulu. These numbers of buildings, these have been here for more than 10 years. But now we got these more coming up, and I want to broach 10 controversial subjects tonight, with some encouragements from politics to adult matters, interrelations, and I want to create some peace and assurance that things are getting better, and COVID is, let's start off with that. Let's start off with the possibility that what if COVID is a resetting point where people reconsider what are important services. Not that entertainment and all the non-essential services are not important, but that there's a lot of difficulty going on in the world, and just having basic goods is a luxury. And in some places in the world, people are living on, like $50 a month or maybe even less. And I want to offer some encouragement to you, the viewer, who's in all probability doing okay, maybe getting some help from the government, different things to help us get us through this. But now we have a lot of time for introspection, simplifying our life, letting go of things that we don't need. For example, you don't need a high-paying job and a fancy car in order to achieve many dreams. A lot of dreams are based upon concepts and hard work, and you can volunteer, and you can be involved in organizations, and for example, eat a very simple diet and different things, and that'll allow you to concentrate a lot of energy on what you want, and time, because really it's time. You think of when you spend time, think of it in precisely the same fashion as when you spend money, because that's really what it is. It's our time, if we make it our time. So let's make it our time. Let's get into some good energy, shall we? And speaking of good energy, I got on my, these are nice new Gucci glasses. They're actually made in Japan, so they're premium, design product, as if being made elsewhere isn't premium. Even in China, they make a lot of great products. Like, I'm wearing a nice Tommy Bahama panelback shirt. But in any case, good energy, good times, but serious controversy as well. That's where I'm going with this tonight. So let's take a left into this complex. So this is the Ward Village emblemation, by the way. See the W and the V. It's really cool. Speaking of WVs, right? VV, yay! All right. So, and that's maybe I'll make that point too. Elements of controversy. A lot of discussion out there on people, kind of objectifying the body, talking about it. I only think it's important to celebrate and put emphasis on women and the vagina, which is the path to life, and it's good energy, right? The path to life and joy, and where many people are wanting to go back. But let's get into that. Let's get into the idea that instead of talking about like penis and breast size and you know people's money and all this stuff, it's really a distraction from the subtle experience of making the vagina important. It may seem strange, but what I think happens is people get overstimulated by the world and all the possibilities and they, you know, even multiple, you know, if you're in multiple relationships, what ends up occurring is I think you dilute your energy or your passion. It takes energy, you know, and then you create these memories with multiple people. Like that can't be, you know, that can't be so fun either. I feel, and that considered, I think there's a next level. In fact, let's go to the roof here. Let's check this let's check this place out. I want to show you guys the view. Okay, here we go. Whose elevator was it? Is it actually where it was supposed to be? Hello. Alright, so what we're basically talking about, guys, is his point, you know, and like, for example, sexual compatibility, like it's just as relevant, the size and appearance of either sex organs, be it men or women. But let's get into this idea of sexuality in point 3 of gender separation, another controversial issue. The reason gender separation is of controversy is because it makes hints at perhaps certain segregation, or notice the heart in the background at the Hilton. Let me zoom in for you guys for a second here. Look at that. Good energy. But gender segregation is actually a positive thing, I would suggest, because it, you know, be it in the military or workplaces, anywhere, I think it's just better, if possible, for the sexes to be separate. Not that I think that if people are all intermingled and boys are raised with girls and all of that, not that I think that the very bad things will happen from that, but I definitely see that it creates a certain tension, you know, and I don't like tension. I don't like sexual tension. I don't like anxiousness, envy, any of that. By the way, envy, I'll cover that in point 4. You know, but envy is really... Okay, well, I'll cover that in point 4. So point 3, gender separation. Why it's useful. When the genders are separated, people can kind of focus more on work or school, you know, and education, and it's a bit of a zen. It's a bit of a zen of doing one thing at a time. If you go to a strip club and look at women and their, you know, vaginas and their just nipples and everything, and by the way, I feel like nipples are more significant than breast size, because nipples are the things you suck on, right? And also, whatever. It's just my preferences for small, a slim chest size. But in any case, you know, we have to find every possible means to redirect from lust towards love. Because lust is like a drug that you share with a special person because you care about them. Not because you want want to, you know, want sex. It's about giving your energy to somebody you care about, not trying to seek out. That's an infinity pool over the edge, by the way. Nice design effect. But it's not because you're wanting to what's the word? You pleasure somebody because you care about them, not because you're seeking pleasure. That's the quote. And so, leaning into point 4, right? This concept of envy. So, envy is a result of a disapproving of the way people are misusing their body or their money. This is really what envy is. It's not that you think somebody's better or less, because if you believe you are all it is, then guess what happens? You are all that is, and you can invest in your future incarnations. You don't have to have children. You can invest in future incarnations and connect with people, right? And you can give other people your money and time to support them if you think their bodies are more attractive and that they're having children, procreating, instead of having your own children. In fact, that's another point of global population and immigration. I'll discuss that as well. I also want to discuss Trump and the presidency, and I want to discuss prostitution. So some hot, controversial topics ahead here. So, but I'm willing to address them. I have the willingness and confidence to address them. And really, confidence is not a result of being confident. It's really a result of positioning. If you position yourself, let's say you're in a private place, you're in a place where you feel empowered, then you're gonna be confident. You're gonna be playful, colorful, and sometimes it's not appropriate to show feelings of feeling good. Sometimes other people, you have to, respect the authority of where they are. For example, if somebody is doing a speech, if you decide to attend there, then it would be. It's not that you're not being confident by not saying anything. It's that you're respecting their position, allowing them to do their thing, and maybe being a great audience. I want to also discuss that, the ideas of being a celebrity and how that's evolving because of YouTube and the internet, where people no longer need to have sponsors in Hollywood who often abuse their power. We no longer need. What else do we not need? We no longer need, they don't need agents or attorneys to preserve their identity. Everyone's kind of, obviously there's like YouTube, and then there's other major social medias. And they there are gray areas in terms of what they should be allowed to do or what YouTube allows them to do, or these, overcoming botting, or, but basically, like I have some experience doing, if you will, more celebrity type of YouTube stuff that involved people who were going live. I had done some live. Oh, this is funny. Look at the sandals. So they're encouraging people to stand. One person stand there. One person stand there. That's It's all about respect, though. And even if masks aren't, entirely functional, it's all about respecting uh, each other, and until we get through this. And I've been told that it'll take between 6 months and 12 months to transcend this. But we're figuring everything out together, guys. We're gonna figure this out. But part of it is delving into these important matters that I think are part of the issue in concern of the world, and whether things are going to be, whether there will be peace in the world. And so, let's see here. So, what topics are we? We've already hit several. Why don't we discuss Trump and the presidency? Well, my concept of government involves people being, look at the nice floral art here along the way. It involves, presidency should be more serious. Obviously, there should be laws requiring them to not use certain bullying language, like making fun of people. That's basically indicates that they have an own suffering that they haven't dealt with. And so we need to create laws. We need to create laws that restrict certain, misuse of social media, of Twittering, all that type of stuff. Yeah, we have to be careful, guys. We have to be careful with these positions that are representative of where we are. Even if you identify more so with being a world citizen, which I do, not so much being nationalistic or American, we still have a lot of people who are kind of the worker bees who identify strongly with being American, be it in the police force, the military, or other forms of government or the justice system. We have flaws in these, which people on the outside can make it a point to improve and not be as judgmental towards the people who are limited and truly believe, for example, they're promoting justice or protecting freedom. All of this needs to. We just have to have an awareness. We have to have an awareness of how to do things in such a way that's should we say more constructive. So creative, cooperative, rather than competitive and suggesting of ego or superiority. Alright, so let's go check out this nice structure here, if we so kindly could. Okay, hold on a second. 1 second here. So yeah, guys, the presidency, all the top forms of government, the mayor, the governor, and so on, these people need to be, they need to be respected. The positions need to be respected, not necessarily the people. But it should be people who can afford to volunteer their term. I don't think there should be any more terms more than, say, maybe even 2 years, if not nothing more than 4. Look at this building, man. Very, very nice. There should be a sense of just. Wow, guys. Hello. People who can afford, and therefore they'll be less susceptible to corruption, because they they can afford to volunteer, they can afford to serve their community. And really that's what it is. It's somebody, and they should be a representative of the country. They should be, you know. So that's a point on that, and also more obviously with the new day and age, because of the quick access to social media, we need to be more cautious. We need to be more cautious with who and what. All right, so continuing on. Any other prostitution? Actually, I wanted to touch on. So it's my opinion that everything that it's probably good that bars are closed, so that way people can't poison themselves and seduce themselves with alcohol instead of facing their emotions and realizing that they would rather, if they really treated themselves like royalty, then they wouldn't fucking subject themselves to random people and half-hearted, non-committal, insincere, lack of control, not recognizing of their own dreams type of behaviors. It's nice how the music projects from the little audio effect there. That's really nice. So yeah, this is a great atmosphere. Serious topics for great atmosphere. So I have created what I call the prostitute paradox. It suggests that people cannot care about somebody and try to seduce them at the same time. And please consider that, you know, when somebody approaches a prostitute and the trade is for money and body, guess what? That's actually, a lot of people are prostitutes. They trade their body for body. You know, they're trading. It's just they think that maybe if you focus on love, or if you experiment with love and you quote unquote experiment with sexual activities with the person, and then maybe it'll work out into love, transition into love. But really that's not the way it works. In fact, here's a significant error in that reasoning. You don't be flirtatious, you don't be romantic, you don't be like overly friendly. All of that is reserved for after marriage, dating. That's, you know, restaurants, and that's all supposed to happen after you commit to one another. Okay? Let's see what's going on here. So in the name of love and in the name of good energy, creative energy, you know, the energy that created all the people that are able to create. Look at this. We got 3 tower cranes here. All of this is a result of good energy, creation, caring parents that raised up people to be functional. In fact, I'm featuring, this is a mahalo thank you. This is to everyone, to doctors, teachers, cashiers, delivery workers, U.S. military, restaurant, nurses, neighbors, bus drivers, government persons, parents, everybody, you know, construction workers like myself, yeah, everybody, airline work, you know, all of us, you know. And guess what? Entertainers and artists will still go on. We're still performing even on the internet, even if it's not, or, you know, doing like Zoom yoga, even if they're not making as much money, they're still keeping the world the spice of the world, because you can't, it doesn't really, nothing matters unless you have the icing on the cake, and that is entertainment, and that is actually a lot of what America has done. We've done, we got Hollywood, we've Silicon Valley, we've created a lot of social media. We have all these products and services that have been originated from America, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep creating, but we have to navigate these dark areas of humanity in order to protect ourselves from repeating historical mistakes, right? So again, thank you for going with me, navigating through these darker areas of humanity into the bright light. I didn't mention anything about migration, but I think we should pause that a little bit. Immigration, we need to improve our own countries and stuff, and then hopefully when everyone's happy and safe, we can go beyond. But adopt, love, and care. You don't have to have children right away. We need to make this world a better place. Let's do it.